Take two. Let's see which lights now with the new fuel pump. You know, in the radiator is causing so much resistance, I just had to delete it for now. Why must you do this to me? Why won't you work, my love? Are you sucking up fuel? You in the fuel tank? I know I'm not.
I'm going to provide a little bit of narration over this. I'll probably turn the audio down in the actual video. Having a classic car and working on it, it's kind of like a abusive relationship. Very one-sided, and nothing ever seems to work, and it's always broken. At least that's my car. What I'm doing here is I'm pulling the fuel line off of the carburetor to see if it's got any fuel coming out of it. The answer is it doesn't. Now, what you can't see is on the ground I have a fuel can, and I have not cut the hose long enough to go from the fuel pump to the bottom of the can. And this is me realizing that I have not done so. Now, I knew ahead of time that I hadn't done this right, which is why the can is actually not on the ground. It's on two empty containers of ATF, automatic transmission fluid. And now I'm grabbing a third container to wedge in between the fuel line and the fender in order to push the line deeper into the can. This is dumb, dangerous, not a great idea, but I'm lazy and slightly neurotic, so whatever, I'm just gonna go for it anyway. I'm gonna swear at it a whole lot too.
So what I'm doing there,
that's just how working on cars
is I'm using an empty transmission can to try and, what am I saying? Prop the too short fuel pump hose into the can a little farther so it's picking up more. And let's see. I would call that a success. Yes. Yes. Let me clean that a little bit. This is the money shot right there. Oh, it's fucking everywhere. It's just what you want to see. Self-priming. That's what that is. Okay, the fuel tank hasn't fallen off. Hose is still in there. Okay. Let's see. God damn, that's loud. Holy shit, that's loud.
So the engine runs. That's good. Runs really strong. If you notice towards the end there, or just throughout the entire thing, there's a series of pops and shakes. I can only assume that is some sort of misfire. It's also running really quickly, probably because I haven't done any kind of tuning on the carburetor itself. So that'll be a step. Based on how well it's running, I can only assume that there is a spark plug that's fouled up or a spark plug line that isn't hooked up well enough. So that's going to be my first course of action here, is to check that out. Some other things. Rookie mistakes that I have made. There's lots of them. Let's see. There is the lack of a radiator. So, I did not know, and this is because I don't know anything about vehicles, that the transmission intercooler portion, the lines that run from the transmission will still pump automatic transmission fluid to the radiator, even though the radiator is not there. So there was a nice little puddle of ATF on the ground. Looks like bloody murder. That's fun. I'm sure I'll clean that up later. Also, when I removed the fuel line from the container, because I was not going to leave that sitting there just on 2 empty bottles, a lot of the 91 octane fuel just kind of ran onto the ground out of the empty hose. I should have seen that coming. I did not. I made a mess. Whoops. Sounds pretty good, though. That's because it's just got headers that end underneath the body of the car, which in that small enclosed space makes it obscenely loud. Every time I'm complaining about how loud it is, that's because it's deafening. It is really loud.